Умный. Ты такой славный. We also will have some payment, some payment systems. The commission.
It's quite difficult to estimate. And guys, we have huge announcement for all of you. We have a competition, so
you will get our brand merch, so our hoodie, and of course we will grant 100 EXMO tokens to your EXMO account.
hello guys, I'm so pleased to be here with Mary Stankevich, who is the CBDO Chief Business Development Director of EXMO Exchange. And today we are going to speak about current market conditions, about some latest news in crypto field, and of course about EXMO Exchange, which is quite significant player on crypto market. So hello Mary, how are you today?
Thank you so much for the invitation, Alex. I'm good, thank you. You know, as good as I can be. Hopefully not with Corona. Yes. Yeah, but we had a really good handshake, so probably if I have it, you also have it.
So the latest news are all connected with coronavirus. So what is the impact of coronavirus on your exchange, or is there any impact at least?
Yeah, I will not lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is, of course, but it's not only because of Corona. Have you seen what's happening, in
everywhere,
the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like crazy. So I'm not gonna lie, of course. But we are in exchange. So for us, it's actually good when the Bitcoin price goes up or goes down. So people start to trade.
Yeah.
And the trading volumes are quite okay. But a lot of events are cancelled currently. We're all working from home. For us, it's kind of okay. I mean, we are kind of used to it because we are like a decentralized team all over the world. We have like 3 offices, four offices in the world. So, but still, the price is going down, and that's like still it's a bad mood for the market. So, yeah, of course, it affects us.
So what do you think about Bitcoin actually? Is it critical point that Bitcoin went down to 5,200? Now it's a bit higher, it's about 6,200. And is it so dangerous for our industry right now?
First of all, I must say I'm really surprised that people don't think that crypto market is connected to stock exchanges. Of course it is connected. Of course it's connected to the economy, because people who trade Bitcoin are you and me, for example. They live in these countries who are currently in the economic crisis. So that's, kind of weird when people like, Bitcoin is such a decentralized system. Why it is going down with the stock exchanges? Because, people are the same, that's for sure. Of course it's bad. It's bad because of the moods. It's bad because, people, lost their hopes. But for us, we always been talking that Bitcoin is an investment, not for a day. It's a long-term investment. So we believe in it, and I guess still probably you've seen a lot of ads that show like it is, every year Bitcoin price is still bigger, it's still higher than it was before. So I still think that
you still believe.
Of course I do. I work for the crypto exchange. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and there is a big event very soon in Bitcoin network. So we are going to see Bitcoin halving, which is going to happen in May or maybe in late April. So what do you think about that? What kind of an impact we will see on Bitcoin price?
Our guys, our technical team says that the price will go up. But I'm at business development, so I actually consider all the factors that we have, and currently we have a lot of factors that could support Bitcoin going down. For example, even this economic crisis. So I don't believe it's gonna like be rocketing. Yeah, I guess it will be like, maybe it will be like some positive factors, some positive impact, but I don't believe that the price will go up to moon.
Yeah. What do you think about the connection of this crisis and Bitcoin price? Because you have already answered it, but let's go a bit deeper, because we don't know whether it will take a long time to survive from this crisis, and maybe stock market will go down even more aggressively, and will it take Bitcoin with it, or Bitcoin will be a kind of a safe haven in future?
Yeah, I guess the second one, because still it's connected, but a lot of investors see Bitcoin as as gold, for example. So you could go there and be safe there, and it's a lot. It's super volatile currently. But look at the stock exchange market. I mean, it's crazy. It's like the crisis that we, for example, during my generation, we never experienced before. So I guess I speak a lot to the investors. I speak a lot to the traditional investors who are hesitating what to do right now, and they all see Bitcoin as a kind of safe way. So I still believe if the stock market will go down, it will affect the price of Bitcoin, but it will not be like total crisis.
There is a very widely recognized point of view that crisis should bring more people to trade Bitcoin, to buy crypto, because fiat currencies are not stable. So the crisis shows that fiat currencies like Russian ruble during the last 2 weeks, yes, so it proves that fiat currencies are not so good to keep your money in during these times, and that should bring more attention to crypto. So are we going to see that right now?
We will, and I must say that we actually already saw that for Venezuela market and for Turkish market. Actually, the time we came to Turkey was this crisis. So people were madly buying Bitcoin because they saw that Bitcoin actually, I guess we or some other guys, we did this chart, the volatility of Turkish lira and Bitcoin, and it turned out that Bitcoin was less volatile than Turkish lira. So could you imagine that for national currency? So they actually went there, but I must say still they actually went there and they stayed there. They didn't become big adopters of Bitcoin, so they actually bought but they don't trade. So they holding it currently right now, as I can see for the Turkish users. So maybe it will definitely bring mass adoption, but I don't think that everyone is gonna trade Bitcoin and will become a big trade. My mom, for example, she will never, but she understands what's happening right now.
Yeah, actually, my grandfather started to mine Bitcoin.
Oh.
He has his own mining farm.
Grandfather.
Small one. My
Wow.
grandfather, he's
Wow.
84 or 85
Oh
years
my
old.
God.
Yeah.
Cool.
So crypto adoption is around us.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I also see a threat. So as soon as markets are going down and some of the countries are, there are some failed states like Venezuela or any other countries, and more states are going to be failed and to lose their power, and they are becoming more strict. And they are starting to prohibit everything. Like we see now, even Germany, they prohibited to walk around. It's a kind of difficult time. And I'm a bit afraid that this coronavirus pandemic can bring more countries to be unpleasant to Bitcoin. What do you think about it?
I guess no. For me, I mean, I guess it's still, you could trade, you could, you sit at home. What are you supposed to do? I mean, you go online, you do some online stuff. So I know that a lot of offline companies currently are closing. I know that a lot of hotels, for example, that are small hotels, they're closing. Airlines, they're going bankrupt. But crypto, I don't think that even currently governments are really concerned with crypto. They have a virus to struggle with, so I don't think so.
Yeah, let's move to the next episode. So Bitcoin is a kind of 60% of crypto market right now. It's really dominating currency. What do you think about other currencies, or as we say, altcoins? What are their, do they have any opportunity to reach Bitcoin level of adoption?
No, I don't think so, but that's very important because we are in exchange. We have a lot of applications. You probably know these crazy coins, shit coins mostly. They go, let's list us. On this market, it's very hard to find a coin or token that is really good. So that's why we call it shit coins, because most of them really have nothing. But still, there are some very good altcoins. Personally, I'm a very big fan of Ripple. I still believe that, it's going to the roof. And, some others, but I'm not like allowed because I'm sitting here and talking about the exchange. So that, could be considered as an advice. So, but still, I believe that there are some very good coins, and Bitcoin, I guess, because of it, it's first, and it actually translates the idea of this free decentralized market. So that's why it costs, actually the cost of it, it's less actually, but because of this, being the first coin, it adds the rate. So yeah, but I believe in altcoins.
I got it. I noticed one moment that it's so Dash cryptocurrency is even more popular in Venezuela, even more than Bitcoin, and I was so surprised to know about it.
Why is that?
Maybe because of it's a kind of dark coin, and it's quite difficult to estimate. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin will go down.
Well,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, I have a friend in Venezuela who is a YouTuber. He makes videos analyzing crypto, and he says that Dash is even more popular in Venezuela. And I think, like we discussed, so it is a great opportunity for new coins to conquer some failed states, to get users to their platform and to get bigger and take part of Bitcoin.
I'm gonna disappoint you because even when we speak about Dash, actually we're gonna delist all the anonymous crypto from our exchange because it's obligatory. The regulator says like there should be no anonymous coins on the platform. So that's not good news for a lot of them. So maybe on the decentralized exchanges. Yeah, maybe.
So what do you think about opportunities of crowdfunding in crypto right now? So some people thought that security token offering is a big trend in crypto. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it is. I guess it could be the next trend for a crypto market because it's like huge and it's regulated. So it's like a little closer to what we want to have on the crypto market. So yeah, but I guess the trend is already ongoing, but we are, waiting for the regulations and for the laws.
Yeah, and speaking about EXMO exchange, are you going to be compliant for security token offerings?
No, we don't. FCA is not, they don't support it. And as soon as we are also going to the USA market, we are going to FinCEN, so to get the license. And, as I understood for SEC, all the tokens except Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum are securities. So it's very hard to speak to them. So what we do, we actually look at the Coinbase, for example, or Kraken, see the list of tokens they have, and probably we'll end up having this list on our exchange because they're crazy about securities. If you don't prove that this coin is not security, but they are crazy. They think that every token except
you mentioned Ripple, that you love this cryptocurrency. I think it was issued by banks.
Banks, yeah.
I think I'm right. And governments should love it. Am I right?
Yeah, they do. That's like one of the best tokens.
Is it possible to buy it on EXMO?
Yes, of course. You could.
Because of you?
You're welcome. You're welcome. No, we have a lot of coins. But we actually have a very good due diligence. We have like this group of lawyers that are very professional. So they studied carefully. So we have the special requirements for legal opinion of the coin. So for us, for example, if you want to list the token, the coin on our exchange, first of all, you need to have a legal opinion from the solid firm. For us, it's like it's better if it's UK. It's okay if it's Europe. So that's very restricted area. So first of all, we ask for a legal opinion and the application. The lawyers going through with it and then when we start testing it and checking it, the technical stuff. So yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, that's interesting. Generally speaking about this year, will be good for crypto because many countries are going to implement regulation. We have some good news like India, which they said so it's now possible to buy crypto there. It was restricted there previously, and we have some good news from South Korea. It was also regulated there, but what do you think about regulation in Europe? Are we going to see it this year, and what decision will they have?
Every year, the journalists ask us this question, and every year we say the next year will be the year of crypto regulation. It's going on for 3 or 4 years, and we don't see anything. So I believe that this year is going to be a year of crypto regulation, at least for, we have like really good points from FCA from the UK, because that's the regulation we are interested in, really. Yeah, but still, I don't believe it's going to be like the year of crypto regulation. We require maybe 5 years to, to do that.
But basically, will it have a good impact on crypto industry regulation, or it will, stop some shady people to trade Bitcoin?
Yeah, I guess it will stop, but it will be like a very good positive impact because it will attract big players finally. So and the price will go up. Just because, big volumes. Currently, I believe it's like maybe 3% of the market is traded currently. So because no one, from big players, they don't do that.
So many people are trying to find their opportunity in crypto industry. They're trying to build some kind of marketplace or any kind of service or new coin, anything. I'm personally thinking of creating one more crypto exchange. Do you think it is a good time to try to compete with you?
No, I must say that last year was the year of exchanges because, this IO started this whole process. So exchanges were like, they were appearing out of nowhere. And I don't believe that, but still, the market is still okay. It's still wide, there are a lot of places for everyone. It's still huge. So I guess, but you need to do it right because, a lot of exchanges with the big names. And even for us, it's very hard to compete with big names. So you need to find your audience. You need to find your advantages that you could offer. So it's kind of hard, but it's not much harder than for the regular market. So if you want to open a shop in Moscow or a cafe, it will be insanely hard because it's so many offers, so many, and the rent is quite high. So if you consider it's next to impossible. So better go open a crypto exchange.
Thank you. But what do you think generally? What kind of business models will be successful in crypto industry? So what do we need in our community? Which service provider do we need to have and to use it?
I guess the most important thing is this bridge from fiat to crypto. That's why you probably noticed that last year a lot of exchanges went to fiat because they understood that still fiat is quite big for a person. They still have their salary in fiat. They should be like very comfortable transition from fiat to crypto. That's why we are going to be so compliant. So the banks gonna accept us and will love us. But still, currently we are actually at this moment when we are super compliant. We are super wide. We have all these traction services and systems. We have IML officer. We have mandatory verification. So we are super compliant. and the banks still don't want us. So we lost a lot of users from this mandatory verification.
Yeah.
But still we go there and they're like, no, you crypto, sorry, we don't do that. I'm like, why? I mean, we are transparent, and they still they try to stay away from crypto. So there are actually a few banks that do crypto, and we all know them, so we go to them, and they could offer us services.
I think there should be some Swiss banks from Zug canton which have crypto.
Yeah, they do. But another super important thing. For example, if we speak about OTC, we have OTC on our platform.
Yeah.
So if the user send the money from the Russian bank to the Swiss bank says, no, we don't accept that, because but we are like, our users are mainly from Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
They have bank accounts in Sberbank, for example, with euro on the account, so they transfer it to our, for example, Swiss bank, and Swiss bank says, no. Same for Germany. We have the account in WEG Bank, WEG. So the user I want to make a SIPA from Sberbank to this WEG Bank. They say, no, sorry, that's Russia. That's a red zone.
I see.
Again, I mean, it's still, you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, and Ukraine is better, actually. Ukraine is an orange zone, and Russia is still red zone.
Russia is under sanctions, yeah, that's why it's a bit more difficult.
Unfortunately.
Speaking about you personally, there is a kind of philosophical question. What crypto is? Is it a kind of investment of opportunity, or it is a currency to use, to exchange between people? How do you use crypto apart from trading, or is there any kind of user cases, speaking about you?
Yeah, actually, it's very, very also good question, because what we wanted to do at EXMO is to make this, transition when you could pay actually with crypto. For example, if you establish a bank card, a credit card with your crypto account. So it's not possible. What I can say, I mean, even this, what we wanted to do is to be able to pay with your credit card that has crypto on your card. It's not. No, it's not. So you need either to prepay it with rubles, that they just exchange your crypto to rubles and have your still rubles on the credit card, because it's the only payment solution for Russia. So it's or euro or USD for the countries. So as much as I want to use crypto, it's very, you could use it nowhere. You could actually pay for something in crypto if it's you probably, if you lend money to someone, you could lend it in crypto. But for me, it's mostly a trading instrument, and of course the investment. For me, I'm not as good, a very good trader. I could trade. I know the rules, and I do it sometimes when the market goes up.
Yeah, I know that you do it successfully.
Yeah, I did it once, not twice actually, twice. I did it twice successfully, because this time I also sold it at 10, and then again I bought it at 3.5. So
nice trade.
Yeah, but before that, it was even more successful. But mostly it's like the long, because I believe in crypto. I believe because it's like the usual, it's a new currency. It's the future. So, and I believe, of course, in all the blockchain system, in all these smart contracts that could, because I used to work for the very big utility company, like the International Holding, with a lot of offline business. It's like the plants, power plants. So you could actually apply this blockchain and these smart contracts to that, and we almost did it, and it's it's working, and it makes easier for the top management to track all the processes on this plant. So I believe in that. I'm a very, very big fan of blockchain system.
Yeah, coronavirus happened, it's a fact, and some such marketplaces like Alibaba or Amazon are booming right now.
Yeah, I know.
And the delivery systems are also getting more and more users, and they're monetized so well right now. And do you think it will help crypto to get adoption right now? Because it's so easy to pay with crypto. And
Yeah, I guess.
it's convenient, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I believe it's still easy for the regular user. It's easy to pay with Apple Pay, or I guess it's still easy even with fiat money. But yeah, that's a very good note that all the online businesses are going to the roof currently because people just sit home, and you probably know that. The subscription for the cinema and for the different channels that
Grew up, like Netflix.
Netflix, yes, Netflix. So they're going to the roof currently. Yeah. So also.
So speaking about EXMO exchange, we have seen that Bitcoin went down right now, and I noticed that so many people were looking forward to buy crypto in Moscow. Did you feel that on EXMO exchange, did you find a higher interest rate in buying crypto on EXMO right now?
Currently, yes. So I must say that the demand for buying Bitcoin currently is much higher than it used to be. But first of all, I must say that doesn't mean that people impulsively buying that. It means that the trades are currently, the traders, they trade with higher volumes because they see the profit. I can't say that a lot of people are actually buying Bitcoin currently, but it's when it dropped down, when it costed for 500. Sorry, yeah, 500. So people, there was a high demand. It was at night, so when I woke up, I saw our trading volume was like this. But currently, no, I can't say that it's much higher than it used to be.
But nevertheless, it's so interesting that people noticed this moment and they managed to buy Bitcoin at 3.5, and I understood that you also managed to do it.
Yes, I'm actually I'm a lucky trader because 3 years ago when Bitcoin costed 4.5, I bought it and then I traded it. I sold it at 19, yeah. So I was that lucky girl who actually did this right. So everyone was like, "Yeah, it's going to be high." And
do you sell your signals to?
Yeah, just for friends and for people who are close to me. So
I would love to know when to buy.
Yeah, I could
special
give
advice
you a telephone.
from Mary Stankevich.
Yeah.
So yeah, EXMO exchange is one of the top exchanges in CIS, and speaking about your expansion worldwide, so which users from which country do you have mostly right now, and which users are you looking to get in the close future?
So first of all, I must say that we are a British exchange. We are compliant with FCA, that's a regulator in Britain. So we are British exchange, but as you mentioned, we are well known in these countries. So it's Russia mostly, Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Belarus. But currently, we've decided finally to go to Europe, not Eastern Europe, but actually the Europe. So we are going first to the UK. It actually makes sense because, as I mentioned, we are British exchange, and currently we are obtaining the license, not the license, but the registration with FCA. You probably heard that since January 10, all the exchanges must be compliant and must register with FCA. So they must apply as a cryptocurrency business to them. And all of them, FCA, what is FCA doing right now? They see if there is an application at the website. If they don't see the application of any exchange, they call them. They could visit the exchange, visit at the office. And then when they don't see it, you probably saw their press releases from FCA, like BitMEX, for example. They are unregulated. They do it outlaw and so on. So we also had such a call. We were doing, because the application is crazy. It's applying to FinCEN, USA, FinCEN. It's like
I can
crazy.
imagine.
It's not like Estonian license that we have also. It's 2 pages. Okay, you are done. You have a license there. It's it's really crazy. It's a lot of documents, a lot of data, a lot of information. So we were in the process since I don't know, maybe half a year, and they actually called us. They wrote a letter to our legal at exmo.com. So we want to have a call with you guys, and like we don't see an application on your website, and we had this very productive call where we explained, you know, we have an AML officer, we have the AML policy, we have all this process, we have Cipher Trace, we trace all the transactions at the platform. So they're like, yeah, okay, looks solid. So, you know, please finish your application by the end of the next week. So we're like, okay, God, yeah, we need to do that. So
just 1 week, not so much time.
Yeah, so no, but yeah, there was a lot of work done before that. So we finished it, we applied, and he's leaving. So yeah, and in June, all the results will be in June. So you know, it's like 2-3 months from now. So we will know if we're a good exchange.
Yeah, and how would you say about advantages of EXMO exchange? Why do you think English guys, English traders will join you? So what are the best advantages you can offer on market right now?
First of all, we are adding the British pound to the platform, and you know probably that in Britain, euro is not so popular. They have British,
definitely.
Yeah, they love that because they are very, like, they're full of themselves. They love the like all the national currencies, and that's good, you know, because British pound is kind of very strong currency. We can't say that about ruble, for example.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the first one. We also will have some payment, some payment systems, some payment methods that they use. So, for example, for euro, it's SEPA and SWIFT, and they like use the same one, but it's only in terms of Britain, so they use it also. That's the first. So the second point, the second advantage is of course commission, because you know it's important to trade profitable. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna launch the special offer for British market makers and British big traders, whales, trading with no commission, zero fee. So that kind of, I guess, that kind of will be a big advantage for them. So.
How big should be this VIP blue whale
well,
to get these conditions?
I guess not so big. I guess the deposit is about 500,000 or something like that. So, you know, if you trade with 500,000, you probably will get like 20 million of the turnover of volume. So it's not that high.
Yeah. So as soon as I would like to be a user of EXMO, or anyone who watches our video, so what they shall do? So they have to bypass KYC. What are the stage of getting verified on EXMO exchange?
By the way, that's a good question, because you probably know that starting from January 10th, we actually launched this mandatory verification for everyone. So we lost some users, we did, so that was a bad month for us. It was January, and actually it was not good month for everyone. But currently the trading volume are up again, and the new traders has come. For them, actually, the security, this is kind of important. So we lost like our small part of users who didn't want to get verification, and we are totally fine with that. So we gave them actually 3 months to pass verification or to, you know, withdraw the funds. So you go to the exchange, you log in, you sign in first, sign up, then you log in, and then you go through 2 simple stages. You need to have your identity verified and your selfie photo. So it takes about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and usually you get a response in 10 minutes.
Just in 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah, that's the
so
average. Yeah, the average.
I think it takes more time on other exchange. I made an account on OKX and it took something like a day, or I don't remember exactly. Nevertheless, so I heard that it's also possible to buy crypto from credit or from any bank account right now on your exchange, like on Binance. They introduced it not a long time ago, and you did as well. Am I right?
No, I guess Binance doesn't have a bank account anywhere.
Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah, they actually they launched on the Turkish market. They opened a bank account, but as far as I know, it doesn't work very well, because the regulator discovered that They have futures.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yes.
and they just, we had the same problem with the Turkish market. It's crazy. Yeah, but we actually, as long as we are so compliant, banks kind of, get in, along with us. So we opened a few bank accounts for euro. It's easier. So you could actually buy Bitcoin with SEPA. So it's quite popular. So you could just deposit the money with SEPA.
Yeah.
We also opened the USD account, and but for most users, if it's not a whale, if it's not like a big trader, they just buy Bitcoin with credit card. So it's like
that's easy. And I also know that you introduced your own token. It was organized something like half a year ago. So how does it feel right now? And what are the user cases of your coin? So how do your traders use it?
Yeah, we did it. Actually, as long as we are don't put a lot of efforts, like don't do fake volumes. I know that's like maybe we should do that, but we are all against it, so we don't do that. So it's like the price of the token is not like forced. It's like natural. So of course it dropped down with the market because the market dropped down, unfortunately. But still, about the user cases, actually the user case that most of our users do is buying a cashback system. So you could lower your commission with the even with $1. So you just buy EXMO coins for $1, and you could lower your commission for 25%. So that's kind of cool. So I guess that's the most case that users do. That's for now. As for the future, we want to introduce the EXMO coin for buying mining, cloud mining capacity.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we want right now. Currently, we are in negotiations with the top cloud mining campaigns. You all know that. I mean, know them. So it's like 3 on the market, like the biggest one, the hugest one. So yeah, we want to implement the buying of cloud mining capacity with EXMO coin. So there will be like Bitcoin, Litecoin, I don't know, Ethereum, and EXMO coin. So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I made an interview with the CEO of Genesis Mining, Marcus Trank.
Yeah, I know, but they don't reply to us.
Okay.
I don't know why. This is weird. I mean, they're just ignoring us. I don't know. Maybe we are not as big for them but we, with others like 3 companies, we are like almost there.
Okay, I got it. What do you think about stable coins? So could it be useful to organize EXMO stable coin or something like that? Do you have ideas like this?
First of all, yeah, stable coins are bad right now. I mean, it's bad to have them on the platform, and currently with FCA watching us, actually, I gave a comment to RBC, RBC, the newspaper, the big media in Russia. I gave a comment about stable coins, and it was like explanation about why the price is going up and down. How can it be like the stable coin that costs not $1 but 1. So I just explained to the journalist, and we have this internal group with our colleagues. So I just sent the comment, sent the link, and the guys were like, "Yeah, stop commenting on stablecoins, our legal team, because it's bad." I mean, it was like this explanation, and that's it. So they are going to be chased, that's for sure, with the USA CSC, with the FCA, British government. I guess even to have them on the platform, it's kind of bad. So we are ready to delist anytime any regulator comes to us and say like, please do that. So I'm not sure about the future, because they are like on the verge of the this crypto world and the fiat world and all that stuff. So it's I'm not sure about the future.
Yeah, so I've never heard actually about this. Thank you for this point, because that's really important. As soon as this is not safe for the exchange, so we should avoid it.
It's not safe. And a lot of stable coins currently, they're coming to us like, please list us, and we're like, sorry, we don't do that anymore, because it's kind of, we could be chased for that.
What do you think about decentralized exchange? Do you think that it's a future of crypto market? Because it's a kind of philosophical question. Shall we be decentralized or not? Or should we be compliant? No.
First of all, I must say that decentralized exchanges and centralized, they are not competitors. So they are like totally different business models, and they are like not competitors, because you probably know that a lot of centralized exchanges have a decentralized one.
Of course.
So that's actually what we are thinking also to do, but maybe buy one, and I don't know. So that's the first. Second of all, if you wanna a good trading interface, if you want a fiat on the platform, if you want to be as close as to traditional market as possible, so you go to centralized exchange, and you go with regulation, you go with lack of anonymous stuff and a lot of things. If you want to trade crypto, you go to decentralized exchange and enjoy all these perks of real crypto culture. So that's I guess could be an answer, because a lot of people complain that crypto became all this sense of crypto has left. Like currently crypto is not as free as as good as it used to be, but no, I mean, it's like if you want to be comfortable, if you want to have an amazing experience while trading, then you should get along with that.
Yeah. What are your current aims right now? What are the main goals which are you going to fulfill?
First of all, it's different markets, UK market, maybe German market, because we have, I don't know why, we have a lot of German traders on our platform. Maybe that's because we are 6 years on the market and we never been hacked. And
since 2013, I guess.
Yeah, even 7. Oh my God, 7. So yeah, maybe that's why, because Germans, they look for security, for
they're very strict.
Yeah, and we are kind of compliant. We have a European license, Estonian one, and we are going to FCA for the registration. Maybe that's why. So first of all, it's new markets. Then it's of course product plan. We are gonna implement new complex orders. We're gonna implement copy trading on the platform. So and of course margin trading. So that's actually the plan for the next year, this year, and maybe the first quarter of the next one. So that's 3 main points we are going to.
What is your strategy? Of course, if it's open question, what is your strategy of attracting users? So Binance, for instance, they have some kind of competitions, so on, some online webinars. Which instruments do you use to bring traffic to your exchange and to get registrations of users?
Actually, trading competitions are quite good. I mean, even now, it's a very good way to attract users, especially with the coins. When it's a venture trading competition with the coin, it's very good. It's number one. Second of all, as I mentioned before, what we can do is we can dampen the commissions. So we attract a lot of users with the, for example, Bitstamp. They have the normal commission is 0.5. You probably know, and we have 0.2, and it's going down depending on your volume. So that's also a good strategy. We are speaking at different events. But currently it's also not possible because of the fucking Corona. I'm sorry.
Let's start with online events.
Yeah, we have a lot of webinars. We have trading webinars, how to trade if you're a beginner or you are in the middle. That's actually good stuff. We also launched, a year ago, trading lessons for the beginners. So actually anyone could go to the website and start learning how to trade. So that's also good.
That's interesting, because but do you provide these competitions mostly yourself? Or I just met a guy in the Georgian restaurant. He was a waiter, and during his working time he was trading on Binance, and I was so surprised that he reached this exchange. It's just a simple guy who is a waiter, and he joined crypto industry just in 2019, so just a year ago. And how do you think it's possible to reach this group of people who have never heard about crypto?
That's a very good question, actually, because we are in constant search for these people. Sometimes it's super weird because sometimes we attract users from Forex, for example, because they are tired. Because in Forex it's not really profitable to trade. If you're good at trading, crypto is the market for you. But these guys, we had a lot of like brainstorming meetings and so on. That's the hardest. Actually, even if you go to Google and if you Google Bitcoin you will see like the stats on that. Every year more people Google what is Bitcoin. So it's almost impossible to reach the people who never traded before. So at least everyone is like kind of aware of what they do. They're kind of aware of the exchanges and so on. But the interesting story, we hired our current UK sales head. He's a British guy who used to work at Forex market, who used to work at stock exchanges. He actually sold stock exchanges while the time when they were selling it on the phone. So he was the guy from Wall Street, and currently he came to crypto, and he says like, this is the future, because all of my people, they just say about crypto, they're talking about crypto. So even the guys who are like not even our age, who are elder, and they go to crypto, they know what crypto is. So it's very hard to reach these people who don't know.
So we started to discuss crypto adoption worldwide, and this is really important for the industry. Which countries do you think are pioneers in crypto adoption right now?
The one that don't have the regulation, or at least they think about the regulation. So I guess it's like Estonia, it's Malta, it's definitely UK, it's the Netherlands, because they actually established some crypto laws even for ICO. You remember ICO? It was like 4 years ago, and I was at the conference, and there was a guy from the regulator, and he was speaking about how to check if the ICO is right. You could actually, at that time, you could go to the regulator, file an application for this ICO, and they could check it for you. I mean, that time, so they are like, they're very good. I guess Russia, maybe, in 5 years. So.
But have you heard, we have some news that Russia is going to restrict crypto. Do you believe in it, that crypto will be prohibited in Russia?
Unfortunately, I could believe because I live in Moscow. But actually, that's not like restrict. I actually read the law, the draft of the law. So they restrict not the having crypto, but to when you launch a crypto coin or a token. So they're gonna restrict. For Russian citizens and for Russia, so you could not.
The opportunity of creation of new money.
New coins. Exactly, new money. So you will be able to trade. You will be able to have crypto, but not the how do you say?
But I also heard that you will have to pay some commission to the government as soon as you trade. And only verified, maybe not verified, but licensed users can do that. I heard about it. I think that will hit our market.
Hit the market, that's for sure. But German guys do that. Actually, that's we wanna establish these automatic reports for taxes for German people, because they pay taxes from their crypto trading, from the profit.
Really?
Yes, they do. And they ask us, I mean, I usually talk to VIP traders, like, how are you? What are you going to, like, what are your needs? And they're like, please do this report. Here is the form. If you make it like automatic, so we're gonna stick with you forever, because they pay taxes. So they're good. I mean, they trade.
So are you going to launch this service for them?
Yeah, we are going. So maybe it will be applicable to Russia also soon. But I don't believe that they have different mentality. I don't believe that they will pay taxes from their profit. Probably they will go to decentralized exchange, and that's it.
So thank you, Mary, for this beautiful interview. It was such a big pleasure to have you on our channel and to ask these questions and get your answers. And guys, we have huge announcement for all of you. We have a competition, so write your comments. We will choose the best question to the head of business development department of crypto exchange, to Mary. And as soon as you win, you will get some interesting presents from EXMO exchange.
So yeah, first of all, you need to be a user of EXMO platform. So the link is in the description if you're not still on the platform, if you're not a trader. And yeah, for the most interesting question, you will get our brand merch, so our hoodie, and of course we will grant 100 EXMO tokens to your EXMO account.
Great. Thank you so much. So this beautiful present for our community. So see you guys. Believe in crypto. Bitcoin to the moon. Let's wait for halving and we will see Bitcoin going up to 20,000 again. See you guys.